Hello folks, here we are with a question about currents and magnetic fields. As ever, try the question and then watch on for the answer. Okay, so we've got a coil in a magnetic field. Now the first thing I would be doing then is reminding myself here about our Fleming's left-hand rule. To remember here, your first finger field, that's our alliteration we use. Okay, that's going from north to south. We're going to have current from positive to negative, which is our second finger current, and then our thumb represents our motion. So in order to do this then, we're going to have to identify what direction the current is. Now current flows from positive, which is the big one, all the way around to negative, which is the small one, and so therefore we've got this kind of anti-clockwise current here. I appreciate here I've drawn the current on the bottom here. It doesn't really matter, it's going to come down, out and to the right, and then back out again. So how do we do the question? Well, first thing I think if we're trying to rule out answers, you'll notice that there's two answers which immediately stand out as wrong. That's A and D. Why? It's because they're both in the same direction. Okay, now the way that a motor is designed, that's what this really is, a coil and magnetic field, is that it should continuously rotate. What we need for that is the forces on the different sides to be in different directions. So these ideas of A and D being in the same direction do not work, which is why A and D are out. We then need to think about this idea of no force acting. How does this work? Well, we look at ST, we've got a current to our left and the field to the right. If you're using your left-hand rule, what you can hopefully see is if you line it up, for example, with the field going left to right, it is not possible for you to then have your current also in the same direction. What that means is that the Fleming's left-hand rule is essentially broken, and therefore you are unable to use it to predict the force. The force is therefore going to be zero. Okay, so on both RU and ST we have a force equal to zero. No force contributing because they are essentially in the same direction. We need to still rule out B and C. Well, let's think about this then. We've got a field in blue there going from left to right and a force going down. So what I'm doing right now, you can't see my hand, sorry about that. I've got my first finger pointing to the right, I've got my second finger pointing down, and therefore I've got my force, my thumb, which is pushing out towards my face, which is currently going out of the page, which is why the answer here is